Hey guys, did you know that you can chase success all you want, but if it doesn't come from within your heart, you'll never see the success that you're trying to achieve? That's what we're going to talk about today in this podcast. How you can have success start from within, and then you'll see the fruit on the outside. Welcome to the Driven Podcast. I'm Ferrell, your host, and I help Christian and faith-based people succeed in life and in business. So if you're ready, let's jump in so we can see how you can make your heart produce the success that you're looking for. Guys, I can tell you for me personally, I've seen this happen in my life, and I've seen it happen in the lives of loved ones, and I've seen it happen in the lives of the clients and the people that I have the opportunity to coach. We get a business idea, and we want that business to thrive. And we're led by money. We're led by the accolades of the business. We're led by what we will be able to achieve, the status that we're after. But then we put our efforts into it. We do our research. We launch it. And then it, boom, and it fails. And you're wondering why. I had everything together. Everything looked good on paper. But it failed. Or you may be saying, I'm going to be a part of this organization, or I'm going to get involved in this. And then you you're excited, and then you get in and you're like, this is not what I thought it was going to be. I don't like this. I've started businesses, guys. And inside of the business, I'm like, this ain't what I signed up for. I thought this was going to be something easier. I thought this was going to be something more fun, or I thought it would launch and take off super quickly and I was going to be successful. Yep, that's right. Sometimes I was led by things that I shouldn't have been led by. Can you guys agree to that? That you may have started something with not the right intent, but the intent of paying bills and making money and creating success? I have, and I'll admit it. Will you? Put in the comments, what grand idea have you thought about doing and it didn't work out the way that you thought it would? And if you were doing truthful with yourself, or you've taken that job, you know that you didn't want to work in that industry, but because you knew the pay, you took it anyway, right? You're like, man, I can pay all my bills and then have some left over. But then you got in there, you were in misery the entire time. Guys, all of this is because we were not led by our heart. We were led by our feelings, our desires, outward desires, and something that just was not lining up with what our heart was telling us. And that is a recipe for disaster. Again, guys, I got to tell you, I've started businesses, and the business would go smooth, but it wouldn't let me rest. It wouldn't let me sleep at night because I knew it wasn't something that I should be doing, or I knew it wasn't in my purpose, which we teach here at Driven to Success, Driven to Succeed, where we teach you about your purpose, your calling, your why, and your superpower. And if those things are not lining up, what you're doing is not lining up with those things, that means it's not in your heart. It means there's nothing that you were supposed to be doing in your life. But so many times we let external things dictate what we do, but our internal life will not allow us to be happy or excited about what we're doing. So guys, that's what we're talking about today, in that building that foundation on what you're doing inside of your heart. And that's when you go back to our foundational discovery phase that we teach all of our coaching clients through. And that is finding what your true calling is, finding what your purpose in life is, embracing that superpower that you have, and then being driven by your why. All those things are internal things inside of your heart. It helps you transform yourself to be the person that you need to become to achieve the things that you want and need to achieve. Now, I even went into corporate, and achieved great things in corporate, things that people marveled at. And because I used the talents that God had given me in there, but I can tell you, even though I was achieving greatness, guys, I was dying internally because I knew this is not where I'm supposed to be. I started this business. I'm like, that's not what I'm supposed to be doing. Then I'm had to face my wife and tell her, like, babe, this is not it. And she's like, why? We're making good, but it's not fulfilling me inside of my heart. And guys, I got to tell you, when you find those things and you find what your purpose is, when you find what your calling is, when you find what your why is, and when you start letting your superpower out to the world, that's when you see your heart is speaking to you. That's when you see you become a new person. You become the person that everybody is clamoring to come around. When you're working in your calling and you're working in the things of the heart, you're in that discovery stage and you found out what those things are, man, dude, look, there is nothing more powerful than that. Like I said, now we take you through. We have many methods to help you get there. But this video is not about that. This video is about you recognizing the reason you can't find fulfillment right now is because you're not doing it from your heart. And we see so many people, they think success is in what they do. They think success is in you doing this and you doing that. But true success is about who you are going to become, who you've traveled down the road and you're that person now. Not what you used to be, not what you think you should be, but you're truly becoming the person that God is proud of. We always say we want God to be proud of us or we want God to love us, which he already does. Ain't nothing you can stop him from that, but he's a proud of you and you're loving other people. Then you do those things and you find that calling and everything, that stuff lines up. You'll see true success coming out of your heart. But when we're doing things out of greed, we're doing things out of necessity, that you're desperate, that is not a good feeling, man. Then the next thing you have to do is experience inner healing. Some of us have been hurt so much by people, by loved ones, by society. And yeah, I'll be bold enough to say, even by church. We've been hurt, but we have to have a foundation of healing. We have to find something that makes you thrive in life and get past the things that's tried to stop you in life. You have the purpose in your heart that I forgive those people who hurt me. In my heart lets them go. That way I can let my heart be, again, vulnerable to success, vulnerable to do the things that I was called to do, vulnerable, but not foolish, of course, but vulnerable to achieve because you've taken that space that was in your heart for whoever hurt you or whatever circumstance you found yourself in. You remove that from your heart and you allow peace and joy and happiness to come inside of you. That way, then you can be led by God to do the things that you were called to do. But if we're holding on to past hurts, it's going to be very difficult. How many of you know negativity and positivity can't exist in the same place? So if your heart is filled with negativity, man, I'm asking you right now to move on from it. Forgive people. Allow them to not take any more of your goodness. Allow yourself to be led by the Spirit, led by joy, led by peace, led by happiness. And I'm telling you, you'll see it, you'll start seeing great fruit come out of you. Your speech will be different. The things in life that you want will start coming into place because you're a positive minded person. Not saying that you can think your way to success, but here's the thing, you can hinder yourself from success with negativity. So guys, if you're seeing yourself holding on to past hurts, and I got to tell you, I had a personal testimony of this myself. I had a loved one that we didn't have a great relationship. Me and my father. We didn't have my earthly biological father. We didn't have a great relationship when I was growing up. Even when I was an adult, some of that time. And I'll be honest with you, I really didn't have any I didn't receive any love from him. I didn't receive any care and true raising of me as a man. I didn't have any of that from him. And I became a very bitter and angry person. How many of you can in the comments say that you've been hurt and it produced bitterness? It produced hurt inside of you. You had anger coming out as a result of it. I got to tell you, it's not a great feeling in life. How many can agree and be bold enough to put in the comments that they can relate? But I remember when I got married, my wife, she was telling me, she said, "You have some anger issues. What's going on?" And now she would hear me all the time talk about the relationship that I had with my dad. And she was like, "You need to let that go." And I'm like, "Let it go?" She said, "Yeah, you need to let it go and maybe even apologize." I'm like, "Man, look, you're going, woman, you gotta be crazy. I'm not finna apologize to him. He the one treated me bad." And I was sitting at home one day, just sitting there. I think I was watching TV, doing something. And I felt it in my heart. Yeah, you need to forgive your dad. You need to forgive him. And I'm like, well, I'll forgive him, but I'm not calling him. I'm not gonna call him and talk about this. Guys, I gotta tell you, within a week, I never really talked to him. Within a week after I said I forgive him, my dad called me and he apologized to me. And those things I said about not being a great dad, not being teaching me how to be a man, the love, the stuff like that. He apologized for all of it. Now, granted, guys, I've never heard my dad tell me that he loved me. Never. Heard him tell my sister, my brothers, but never me. After he apologized, he asked me to forgive him, and he told me that he loved me. So I forgave him. Then these actions happened from him. And guys, I got to tell you, even at that time, I was 27 years old. And the fact that I forgave my dad, and he asked me to forgive him, and then I forgave him again, it did something to my heart. It did something to my heart. And now that angry person is gone. That person that allows anger to rule his life is gone. Because I removed it from my heart. And that allowed the fruit that comes out of me to not be bitter and angry, but the fruit that comes out of me is loving and caring. It showed me how to be a better father to my kids. It showed me how to be a better husband to my wife. It showed me how to treat other people in a better way. But it only happened when I forgave and I got that out of my heart. So if anybody's hurt you, man, follow that action and forgive them. Don't be stubborn like I was. Then the quicker you do it, the quicker you'll see great things starting to happen in your life. So guys, again, greatness and success happens inside and it comes out, right? So many of us think that it's the opposite way, that we see greatness and we achieve greatness, then our heart changes. It's the opposite way. When you truly transform your heart, your mind becomes renewed. And that's when we see true and lasting transformation. Guys, I hope something that I said today served you. I hope something that in this, 15 minutes that we've spent together, I hope something resonated with you. True success, true transformation happens within, and it goes outward. And guys, I want to give you a couple of quick things to check your heart with. What emotions are weighing you down right now? What emotions keep you in a place that you don't want to be in? Write those down. And then write down how you can overcome those. How can you forgive? How can you let go? How can you stop judging? How can you do those things in your life? Write those things down. And then write down 2 things that you could surrender today that you're holding on to, that you know that you need to let go in your life. It might be unforgiveness. It might be, again, judgment. It may be that you're creating confrontation in your life because you won't give up something. It keeps your heart bitter. What is it that you're watching on TV that keeps your heart bitter? What music may you be listening to that's causing you not to be able to get your heart in the right place? What memory are you holding on to? You know, we see all the time that sometimes negative TV, negative music. I cannot personally stand stuff like reality TV, the wives of this and the 90-day this and all these shows that create falsehood in your life. They may become a stronghold, right? You need to let that kind of stuff go and usher in positive things into your life. Usher in things that's going to make you happy and excited about life. And if you put that in your heart, you'll transform yourself. Then you see that greatness come out of you. And lastly, guys, what are 3 things you're grateful for right now? What can you truly say? Because I'm telling you, gratitude changes everything. If you can give thanks for what you are, give thanks that you're not what you used to be, give thanks for what God has already done for you, give thanks for the people in your life. Just find 3 things that you can be grateful for and say them out loud. Write them down, pray over them, believe that they're going to flourish in your life. I'm telling you, man, if you see those things, give thanks for those things, and you'll see yourself transform your life. Guys, if anything I said in this video has resonated with you, if you've seen value in anything that we've talked about, do me a favor. Subscribe to our channel. Share this video with someone. Like the video. Let us know that you're there. Give us a comment about the things that resonated with you. Not only my voice, but you typing in what your experiences are will help someone else. When they see it ain't just Andre talking about these things, it's other people that are listening to this podcast. They're getting great life stories, great life transformations. Please leave a comment. Let us know what you're going through. If you listen to this on Instagram, man, please leave us a DM. Let us know what it is that this podcast is doing for you in your life. Like, subscribe, share, and let your friends know about it. Guys, until we see you next time, stay blessed and stay driven. We'll see you in the next episode.